Why hello there, my Tanukers. Today, I'd like to check out Astral Chain's Postgame, which is file 12. And I just want to see if it's worth doing, because initially I thought that there was going to be some sort of secret ending after doing Mission 12, but I found out that the so-called secret ending is actually the little cutscene that we saw at the beginning of file 12. We saw that in the last stream because I had actually started file 12 after beating file 11 and after the credits rolled, which gives a bit more of a conclusion to the game and explains what each of the characters are doing and the state that they're left in once the story concludes. So let's just check it out to see if it's something we want to do or if it's basically just the same sorts of fights over and over without any sort of real context. Story context, that is. Because I started thinking about it, and if it's just a huge amount of different fights you can do, that's actually kind of like an alternative to replaying the game. Because remember how one of my concerns with the game was that if you were to replay it, all of the investigation parts would be kind of boring. You'd really just want to do combat if you're replaying it, because you already know the solutions to the investigations and everything, but the combat is the actual part that's worth replaying. And so I'm thinking that's why they might have done this. So if you do want to replay the game, instead of actually replaying all the missions, you just play more of the game's combat. So that would actually alleviate that one concern I had. And let me do an audio test here. Audio test begin. Am I mute? Am I mute? It was weird. Audio test 1 2 3. Weird. Audio test 1 2 3. Okay. I'm thinking that because I had the Elgato sound options open, I think that was making it where it was switching audio input to a different device or something. Anyways, audio should be good now. Okay, so if I was muted in the opening part of that live stream there, in the opening part of the live stream, I was just saying how I wanted to check out file 12 today to see if it's worth doing. If not, I'm going to switch to Soul Calibur and resume the Soul Calibur 6 grind. But I really want to check this out because I'm curious. When I was thinking about this, I was thinking that this could be an alternative to replaying the game, since one of my concerns with the game was that even though the game has a lot of reason to replay it, something that could be really boring when replaying the game are the investigations, because you already know the solutions to all of them and everything. And what you really want to be replaying is the combat. So if they just give you a big list of combat challenges after you've beaten the game, that would alleviate that concern. Just checking the Elgato latency. I have to talk to Olive, right?
Another job well done. I knew I could count on you. Another job well...
Let's do a few at least. Okay, so I know for a fact it's more than these cases. Someone told me that it was 72. What it probably is that once you do these, it'll give you some more. So like it increases in difficulty, I guess. So we could just do it in order, and it looks like they give you materials. So this is how you max out all of your upgrades and stats and Legion trees, I bet. So rules, items locked. That makes sense. I'm wondering, though, if some of the rules in the later challenges are kind of like the kind of like the Bayonetta rooms, the rooms in Bayonetta that you go into. The challenge rooms, basically. Where they give you really specific rules. Like, for example, do this, it usually starts out like, take out these enemies in the time, take out all the enemies in the time limit, or take out all these enemies without getting hit once, but then it gets even more demanding, like, defeat all the enemies without touching the ground. I remember Bayonetta had one of those, which was a little challenging, and defeat them only using this kind of attack, you know, like defeat them only using counterattacks or something like that. Like, defeat enemies only when you're in witch times. Like I said, we've already seen the so-called true ending, which was at the beginning of Mission 12. It was that cutscene. So it's not that we're going to get a true ending for beating all these. I think this is just gameplay stuff. But this is my last day with the game, by the way. I'm returning the game tomorrow. So I'd like to give it a nice send-off. It looks like it reuses areas from the campaign, which makes sense. Why are they giving me red matter to clean up here, though? Why would the red matter here? Why would the red matter be important? What? This is kind of a tight area to fight these things in. As long as we can keep topping off our HP like that, we don't really have to worry about no items. Wait, when did I put the bow on? I'm actually getting comboed. I was actually not able to wake up there. %. Okay, that's cool. That it doesn't just keep you in one area. Even though it does reuse areas from the campaign, it has you go from point to point. Which would make each one feel a little bit different, you know, instead of it just being a square room but looking a little bit different. The fact that you actually have to go through them makes it actually different. I'm still wondering what the point of the red matter is here, though. Maybe it helps you with some of those orders where it says collect a certain amount. But usually that's collect a certain amount on this file. Whereas, well, maybe more orders got unlocked after getting file 12, where it says get a certain amount of red matter in file 12. 74%. Be trying to focus the dog. Crud. Jeez. It's actually really bad. We need to finish someone off to get our HP back up. There we go. Starting to get worried. Guys have a lot of HP. Oh, we can finish him off. Okay, just one. I like how the rocket punch in that can automatically target the enemies a bit after you let it fly. Okay, first challenge done. And I'm happy to see that even the very first File 12 case actually was kind of challenging. I was actually kind of worried there for a moment. So I bet they actually do get pretty difficult. Let's do at least a few more. So I'm thinking it'll be very wash, rinse, repeat like that. Kind of annoying. It puts you back there instead of in the command room, even though you can just fast travel. Might as well save, even if it's just one. These cases are definitely something I'd want to do all of if I was actually buying the game.
I knew I could count on you.
I would definitely do all of these, all 72, if I were buying the game. This is where you'd be spending your time after beating the game. Like I said, it's kind of like an alternative to replaying the game. All these are the same rules. Hold on, but it says playstyle not answerable, so I'm thinking that they might actually have more restrictions aside from items locked. Because why would they have a playstyle? Wait, is playstyle? That's what they call difficulty in this, right? Because it says, oh, would you like to change the playstyle instead of calling it a difficulty? Case accepted. Hey, this is from the beginning of the game. Trying to do the 360 attack. Here we go. Hey there, Rondo. What case am I on? I'm on case 12. I beat the game. Case. Oh, not file. I'm on the second case. I'm doing it in order. Just using the gun for these. Have you beaten all the cases yet in file 12? Or if not, how far have you gotten? Since I know you have quite the head start on me. R1, 2. You have all the R1s done. I need to look at the code again. I didn't pick up on the naming conventions yet of these. I'm assuming that once I do this batch, another batch will open up and so on. You said it's 72 total, right? Oh, by the way, Rondo, do you have Demon X Machina yet? Because I know that you found the channel when I was playing the demo. And I'm planning on getting that game once I return this to vintage stock. Getting it tomorrow. Nice. I'm pretty excited for it. I'm not really going to be streaming. I don't think I'm going to be streaming much of it or recording much of it. I think that's going to be a game I play on my own time. Because it's probably kind of long, and I'm probably going to spend a lot of the time grinding for parts and stuff, just replaying missions for more mech parts and everything. But once I beat the game, I may stream or record some of the multiplayer. Because I think the multiplayer would be more exciting from a viewership standpoint. Or from a viewer's standpoint, I mean. Instead of watching someone grind. So, is there any sort of, like, secret ending or true ending when you beat File 12, or that you know of? Because I thought that there was, but I later read somewhere that the true ending is actually the cutscene at the beginning of File 12, which I've seen already. Boing. 71 total. What I'm getting from this is that it's basically an alternative to replaying the game if you want to keep playing after beating it. So that way you don't have to read you all the investigation stuff, which would be pretty boring after you know the solutions to them. What the? Don't know if there's a secret ending or not, because I didn't watch. Like, what I did is I looked up, like, I searched on YouTube, Astral Chain True Ending to see what would come up. And the videos that I saw that says, like, Astral Chain Ending and True Ending, it included the ending from File 11, and then it also included the opening cutscene to File 12. And I looked this up after I had seen the opening to File 12, so I didn't spoil anything for myself. So it seems like, on YouTube at least, the consensus is that the true ending is the opening to File 12. So I don't think you get any special cutscene or anything after beating File 12. Oh, crud. Looked away for a moment, then I looked back and I was like, oh no, need to press ZL. So that one all stayed in one place. How long do you think it takes to complete all of them? If it doesn't take you too many retries on some of the more difficult ones. Oh yeah, another question I have is that, so... right now, the first batch, the only restriction is that you can't use items. Do the restrictions get more varied later on? Kind of like the little challenge rooms in Bayonetta, where they do things like beat all the enemies without touching the ground once, or beat all the enemies within the time limit, or only attack enemies during counter hits, like only use counter hits to damage enemies, things like that. Well, they need to save after everyone.
Another job well done.
So let's see if I can pick up on the naming conventions here. R1. Does R1 mean like... What does R1 even stand for? A1, A2, A3. These are weird. So right here, it's like 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, like batch 1, challenge 1, or case 1. You know, batch 1, case 2, batch 1, case 3, and so on. And then it goes to A1, A2, A3. That must mean something, right? Let's try that then. Ugh, these things. These hazards on the ground are so annoying. Oh, dang it, they're invincible. Holy cow, that did so much damage. Need to get to a spot where I can cut the cord. I was hitting R, or I was hitting L. I think I literally just died because of the, not close enough there. I guess he was still getting pulled over to me that time I got hit when I pressed L. He was too far away, I guess. I don't need to do that when my health is overcharged, since it won't give you any more health, since it's technically over max. Wait, did I chain 3 at once? I thought you could only chain a max of 2. Oh, what? The thing is about these guys is you have to, like, pick when you want to go in. That's the one I was focusing. I literally backed up into the hazard again. The hazards are more threatening. The environmental hazards are more threatening than the enemies. I'd actually die here. No! I tried to finish him off. I was going to press A to finish him off, but then the Air Legion shot him. Just kite him and not touch a ground hazard. There we go. Whew. Crud. It's so congested over here. Okay, we got one of the cables. I like that you're able to evade while in that mode. That makes it where you can reposition, like what I've been doing. Two, three. What's so tough about that one? Get me out. The little bug chimeras that are suicide bombers, yeah. You can use your Legion to body block it. Hey, what if you use the Arm Legion and like try to like spray and pray them before they touch you? Sure, that's a lot easier said than done. Oh yeah, I don't know if you were in here when I asked this or whatever, but I was asking if the restrictions get more varied. So instead of it just saying no items, if it starts doing things like in Bayonetta where they say defeat the enemies within the time limit, or defeat all the enemies while in the air, or defeat the enemies only using one type of thing. 30 of them. Maybe. I was thinking like if you did this, you can kind of like just hey, there's a chest. Or maybe this attack. I don't know if that's concentrated enough or if that would miss a lot. That's a big area. I don't want to get anywhere near those ground hazards. Still have the speed buff on. Can't see. Kiting enemies when you're in a big area, like, it's really easy to kite these melee-only guys. Oh boy. Maybe I spoke too soon. Who was it that just hit me? I actually landed. How did I land on that? I thought the arm guy can hover over those. Pygmalion, where did he show up from? Hang on, can't read it yet. Tried to dodge a little bit too late there. It's making them invincible. Oh, are you kidding me? They spawned those things in? Oh boy. Need to get over there. Oh cool, I got two at once. I forgot I could just pause it. 20 to 30 bomber bugs plus the little lightning frogs was one of the stronger stakes. Yeah, the Hydra. Really strong versions of those. Oh boy. Literally dodged into that. Those ground hazards are so strong. How did I not dodge that? Why is that guy so fast? I can't move the Legion. Ugh! I'm actually dead. They spawned on you, instant detonation. Wait, are there checkpoints in these? I don't feel like starting it over from the beginning. Ugh. Now I want to at least get to 2-3 though. How do you unlock the R2s? Do you just have to beat all the ones they give you? Oh, I think I just figured it out. The cases with A in the name means it's in the astral plane. Why did it make me go to that? Aiming, please. I know for a fact I pressed A there. Did I not pick that up? R1 through R1 to 16. There's also R1B1. What does the B mean, though? What do the letters mean? Seems like an unnecessarily complicated naming convention. Unless there's actually some sort of meaning behind it. Boss. Okay, so A must mean astral plane, B must mean boss. Are they the bosses from the campaign? From the previous files, I mean. That literally pulled me in to the round hazard. Move back! Tanking a lot. I walked into one again. Homunculus Gamma and B3 at Homunculus Alpha and Jin are first form together. That's cool. All at the same time? Or one after another? I feel like it doesn't make sense that the ground hazards do more damage than the enemies themselves. Simultaneously. Yeah. It's kind of cool that they put them together. like at the same time. It's pretty nutty. That kind of makes me think of the X challenge in the Mega Man X Legacy Collection. That's the only other time I can think of a game like putting multiple bosses together to team up against you. These things keep chasing me. Need to find a good spot. I turned it by accident. Holy cow! There's another invincibility thing. Seems like the gun is the safest option. How did that end me up directly on top of one of those things? Wait, you do have items. I thought it just said no items as a restriction. Astral aid. Oh, so it means like you can't bring your own items in. How's that not hitting him? Off the edge. But items vary from case to case. It made me stumble without control into the hazard. Jeez. Okay, those things spawn in. Hit the bomb there. Wait, what? I just got a notification saying Twitch is currently experiencing issues with going live. I didn't DC or anything, did I? What does that even mean? Nope, I didn't DC. Apparently not. At least it doesn't look like it. It's weird. Which is currently experiencing issues with going live a minute ago. Okay. Maybe they were just letting you know, like, if you try to go live, it takes a little bit or something. Where's the other... It's in the air. Oh, so the streams you follow that are live don't have thumbnails anymore. That's weird. Yeah, that must be related. I hit the bomb. Instead of throwing them, just like wait till they're near it. Oh my, it's... I ended up... I lose the majority of my health is being lost from that moving ground. Thought I could dodge that in time. It's not all. Holy. These invincibility things. This would be like so much less tedious. You. I can't hit them when they're directly over that. Have you seen what Marvelous, the company behind Demon X Machina, is doing though with YouTube videos? They're copyright claiming any video that has any sort of footage of the game in it. So like reviews were being demonetized, even though it was just a game review. So it's kind of hurting the publicity, not publicity, but it's hurting the marketing for the game in the West. Because apparently the game's selling really well in Japan, right? As you would expect from a very Japanese mech game. Just, you know, you would expect that to sell well in Japan. I even read an article that it was getting sold out in areas. But you don't hear anything about it in the in the States, and I imagine the rest of the West as well. So that just seems like a complete marketing failure. Which is a shame. Whoops! I took a picture of nothing. I might want to remap the button to switch weapons, honestly. Because I have to move my left thumb off the analog stick and onto the D-pad, and that makes it where I can't walk or move while switching weapons. I'm not even sure if it's Marvelous themselves doing that or just... No, I think it is Marvelous themselves because all the stories I've seen reporting on it show some guy who had his video demonetized. He was tweeting at them, and they were replying, basically saying how our hands are tied because it's Marvelous Japan dictating all this. Like the, Marvelous America or Marvelous of... It was like Marvelous of America or Marvelous of Europe. One of the Western branches of it were basically acting as a mediator and essentially saying that their hands were tied since Marvelous of Japan is requiring all of that. Which is weird. I've never even heard of Marvelous before Demon X Machina. The only person involved with Demon X Machina that I know of is the main guy, because he made Armored Core. And he's from FromSoft. Forgot to check these after beating File 11. Ooh, another Legion color slot. I know it's kind of a weird thing to get excited about, but something I'm really excited about doing in Demon X Machina is being able to customize the HUD fully. Like, I know I'm going to have a lot of fun making custom HUDs. Even though that seems like a really insignificant thing. I think we have enough premium material codes to upgrade our Legatus. Marvelous is behind the Senran Kagura series. It's what they're most known for. If they're behind that, then that definitely is what they're most known for. Infamously. A lot of the copyright laws over in Japan are just so draconic. So they probably just don't understand how free advertising works. Which is essentially what YouTube reviews are. Okay, so both of these are maxed out. Nice. Oh, by the way, since we're in post-game now, we can completely abandon immersion. So I could put on that dog hollow mask.
Another job well done.
Astral plane. Let's go back in order, since I figured out what the A stands for. everything new and more. Oh yeah, this is where you go right after getting the Arm Legion, but you start from the other side. Stay back. What the? This is really good when they're all on a choke point like that. Wait, where'd they go? Do I need the dog to sniff them out? Oh yeah, the worms. You need the dogs for the worms. Okay, I can still attack just fine on the sludge. Just can't move. Okay, ice is no joke. Giant hands. What HP does this guy have? Punching him into a corner. Yeah, I was about to say, am I able to walk over that? But the hitbox to it, like, you can walk on the sides without getting stuck. It's only when you're deeper in. A gate? Why was I not able to wrap them up? That case, when that feel when a case gives you a Rezo Max. What does the Rezo Max do again? So you can just go ham for a bit with fusion. Oh, that increases your... That stands for Resonance Max? I didn't even know there was an item for that. It just maxes out your Devil Trigger meter. It charges so slowly on its own. There's an item for that. That sounds really good. Laid on. Oh, by the way, I know probably no one's thinking about this right now, but I don't remember which live stream it was, but when I was playing Astral Chain before, and I went across that boss that was Hestia, and I was like, who is this? I checked. Hestia is the goddess of the hearth, so like domestic things. Just wanted to made sure I spread correct information there. But what I think this game is implying is that these things aren't actually... I don't think it's making Greek mythology canon and saying that these things are the deities from Greek mythology. I think they're just saying that Neuron is giving them code names from Greek mythology. I think that's what the idea is. Rita sells them. Okay, I have a lot of money, so I should buy some, because otherwise I never get a chance to use it. You only want to hold one at a time. That makes sense. It would be kind of OP if you could stack them. Just stay in fusion form indefinitely. Oh, speaking of which, I have all the previous Astral Chain VODs ready on YouTube to publicize. So I uploaded I publicized part 6 today. So sometime soon I'll do 7 and 8, and 8 is the finale. So I have all the tags and the thumbnails on them and everything already. I just need to publicize them. Is that the end? Since this is my last day with the game, I could just try to see how far I get in File 12. Have you yet been able to actually fill up your resonance gauge in one of these cases without using an item? BRB, you got a boss case? Okay, good luck. See if I can buy some of those items you were talking about. There it is. It's only 9,000. That's honestly not even that much. You can only buy one at a time. Wish you could buy more than one at a time. Like, you could be carrying a bunch, but when you go out on a mission, it only lets you, like, carry one on the mission. Might as well, it's cheap. And it's not like we're going to be using those in these cases, so might as well just stock up for the sake of it. So we can have max items if we do decide to replay one. Oh, I'm still holding on to toilet paper too. Fully upgrade the Legatus. Did that. I'm trying to figure out why the game looks smoother on the TV. The game only runs at 30 FPS, and I have Elgato capturing the game at 30 FPS. But it looks a lot smoother on the TV. It looks a lot smoother on the TV. I'm looking at Elgato itself. Trying to figure out if it's an Elgato thing or a Streamlabs OBS thing. Like if something's going on the connection between Elgato and Streamlabs. It looks good on Elgato, so it's more likely a Streamlabs thing. It's not really that big of a deal, but it's noticeable.
Another job well.
Happens if I lift this here. Chest. Ooh, a heal all. We have a bunch of combat items here too. Have I not aggroed them yet? What's with these low tier enemies? These guys are tanky. I don't remember these enemies from the other files. Holy. I know I should be talking more, but these combat only cases, once you get into it, you kind of just focus on that. Did he get behind me? Camera? You just went fusion against Kyle in one of those big sword legion enemies from file 11. Did you get them? I wish they used Kyle more in the story. There should have been another Kyle fight or something. Let's start using the grenades. We're at 90%. Holy. Wait, is there splash? Can you get splash damage from the grenades? Holy. Okay, why does it seem like the chain just goes through enemies sometimes? You wiped them both. Still more enemies after, though, so BRB again. I know you're here for emotional support. Even if you're not talking. Wait, I think that's kind of funny that Kyle shows up because these cases are still supposed to be canonical. Since File 12, all of us having you clean up everything after the game ends, like after the story is over. This is still canon. So you just randomly have to fight Kyle and a bunch of chimeras. I said in a bunch of chimeras, not and. As in, they're working on the same side for some reason. They're teaming up against you. Whoops. Oh, that's where file select is. Oh, and you can choose which part. That's cool. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that you could choose which parts. You can skip the investigations. Only 2 legions, a sword one and a Bardiche. Which one is that? I guess I'll see.
Another job well done.
$72 of these is a lot, though. And if I had to ask myself, would I rather be playing DMC5 post-game or this game post-game? Astral Chain post-game versus DMC5 post-game? I'd probably rather play a bunch of Bloody Palace instead of doing all 72 of these. Just because every time I play DMC5... I feel like there's so much room. The skill cap in that game is so high. There's so much room to get better at it. Whereas in this game, I feel like I've kind of approached skill cap already. Obviously not actually on skill cap, but more or less, I feel like there's not much more room to get better at the game. Unless you were to try to, like, optimize everything. So, for example, if you were to, like, you know, use this stuff where it unchains them and then immediately switch to another legion. But that's not really... skill demanding. It's not demanding mechanical skill. Whereas in DMC5 it does. A lot of it. Bunch of flying invincibilities. Right. I literally can't pause the game right now. There. Making most of the Legion skills is this skill vital to the mastery of combat. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, like having using a skill that unchains them and then switching to another one. My point is though that DMC5's Bloody Palace, I haven't beaten the Bloody Palace yet with any of the 3 characters. And that's a challenge. You have to play that game for quite a while before you get good enough to do that. And this, I'm super confident that I can beat all 72. It's just a matter of, do I want to, like, sit through and do it? Like, I don't think like, obviously it's going to get a lot more challenging. I hope I'm making myself clear. Like, DMC5, like, is something, since you have to go back to the beginning each time, it's like, it makes you think, how far can I really get on this run? Whereas in this one, you can just retry it a few times until you get it. And like I said, the skill cap is a big difference between the two. I'm not saying there isn't a skill cap, or I'm not saying there isn't, you know, a moderately high skill cap in this game. But compared to DMC5, which is unfair to compare it to, but The fact that I'm not even close to the skill cap in DMC5, I thought of a better way to summarize it. The fact that I'm not even close to the skill cap in DMC5 makes me really eager to play it. It could just be that this game feels so much like Platinum's other games, like the combat specifically, aside from the whole Legion gimmick. Like, if I had never played a Platinum game before this, it might feel more difficult for me. Where's the other... There it is. Oh yeah, I still have energy. You have a strong habit of chaining Arm Legion's Gravity Storm into Arrow Slow Shot, then Beast Roar and Hit Rush into Axe's Crash Bomb and Blue Shield, or some varying mix-up of all that. Is that a really good, what would the name for that even be? I'd say combo, but it's not like an actual combo, just like, good synergy, I should say. I haven't really used the Axe Legion much, just because you get it so late in the game. I'm also kind of hesitant to use the Legion skills just because of how long of a cast time it has. A few seconds doesn't seem like much, but in the chaos of this combat, a few seconds can be pretty detrimental. Most of the time I've just been using these spinning blades and then making them go fast. See, I tried to pull him in, but hit the cooldown, like he was still on the in lag of that casting. Like, you can't move them immediately after the blades come out. But phew. I like making them get really fast like that, since it's so much easier to wrap them up quickly. Black Hole Shot, the enemy Arm Legion's used in File 11 that pulls you in. Yeah, that's Gravity Storm. Who has that again? Arm Legion has that. I need to see if I unlocked that already. Sounds cool. You pull them all in together. I like the CC. The CC sounds like it would be really useful. Okay, where is this other one? There it is. Why did it shut down the Iris? Oh, because I attacked? There's another one? Or did I not kill it? There it is. You're pressing X instead of Y. Drag enemies together with Gravity Storm, interrupt with Slow Shot or Roar. Yeah, Slow Shot or Roar would be more of an interrupt, whereas Gravity Storm is more of like an offensive CC. Follow up with Hit Rush, then Axe's Crash Bomb. Set up Blue Shield for defense once they get out of the Crash Bomb. Play into them with actual Axe Legion or Gladius X Baton attacks. Or swap to Armor Mode, Arm and Aura. Basically what you do, and it works a lot. I need to, after this mission, I need to check which Legion skills I have unlocked already on the other Legions. Where am I supposed to be going? I'm only 30% done. Hold on. I think I saw a chest over there, yeah. Grenade. Holy. More invincibility things. Is this a standard? Is this just going to be a standard from now on? Okay, they're under the ground. Need the dog. And they dig back under the ground really fast. It's just awful because of how many invincibility support chimeras there are. I know. Like, you want to go to town on the enemies, and that just completely stops you. Am I the only one that doesn't really use lock-on that much? I rarely use lock-on. Which kind of seems weird. Because if you were to tell me that I wouldn't be using lock-on that much, that would be hard to believe. Like if you were to tell me before I played the game. I guess I didn't use it much in Bayonetta either, though. Get me out. The room in here is so small. Sometimes it's kind of hard to control when it's going that fast. Oh, what the? How did we get out of the ground so fast? This case is kind of long. We're only 60%. Where am I supposed to be going? More invincibility. I need to chain them up at least. The gyro controls help this so much. The bow would be really hard to use without the gyro controls. Thought it would automatically target the guy that wasn't invisible. Invincible, I mean. Are they back in the air? Where are those things? I see one under the ground. Those aren't the ones that were in the air earlier. The air combos! The juggling! What do I have on the beast again? Howl. Chain drive. So the follow-up attack with the dog makes your Exbaton the gun even if you don't have that equipped. That's interesting to note. How did that not? Only one blue case in the main story unfinished, and it's all the way back in file 3. Well, I saw that when you pick the files, you can, like, skip the investigations and stuff, right? So it shouldn't take too long. Should be pretty easy, though, at least. Which one was it? So you're pretty close to basically 100%ing the game then. How many hours in do you have? Man, that case was annoying. More red cases unfound. Oh, that is weird. Red cases seem to be a lot harder to miss than blue. Or blue cases are a lot easier to... well, blue cases are a lot harder to find than red cases. 75? Sounds about right. Since I'm at a little over 30, and I definitely don't have almost all the cases done. Okay, let's look at these, Legion skills. Let's see which ones I have already. I like Speed Star and Round Sword. I want to keep that on the sword. Or what did you say you had on it? Hit Rush. That unchains him so you can... So basically, would you want to have the unchain attacks for most of them so you can just switch to a different Legion and have 2 out at once? Because that would pretty much maximize your DPS. Probably crowd control too. Round Sword and Auto Bind. Oh yeah. So I didn't think Auto Bind would be that useful originally. But Sometimes I think it would be now. The sneak attack after a bind, that barrage of hits gets stacked with round sword. Oh, does it? Okay, I'll try that then. Because I pretty much use the speed star to make it where I can wrap enemies faster anyway, so I might as well do this. What do I have on the bow? I don't really use the bow's skills very often here. Slow shot. Or that's, what did you use on the bow? Slow shot. Wait. Very late skill for arrow. Let's see if I can get it. It's at C6. Round arrow. It's like an drill arrow. Okay. Can't get that yet. The arm legion gets the gravity, right? You said the arm legion gets the gravity? Is that C7? Dang it. Which one of these nodes is it? I don't have enough premium material codes. That one does sound pretty cool, so it makes sense for it being late. I have the roar on the dog. The howl for the stun. The lightning's pretty cool. Perfect call sync. Below that one. So in the middle. So yeah, that's his latest one. The one he gets last. Or the one he can get last.
Another job well done. I knew I could count on you.
Three more for R1. Raven armor. PRV, okay. I will see you soon. Ugh, back at this place. It's just the one guy at the start? Okay, his His giant sword is so much faster than mine. He's actually comboing me. I can't dodge out of that. Let's try that. Oh yeah, that is really good. Can't believe I died right at the beginning of a case. What the heck interrupted me? Some explosion. Oh, the dumb drones. Should have prioritized them. Didn't notice them, though. Nice. Back here. Oh, right before the sync attack opportunity. We have 6 grenades. Let's go ahead and heal here. Agamemnon. Was Agamemnon from the game? I think I would have remembered a character named after Agamemnon. Did you guys know that that's actually why the Aegean Sea is called the Aegean Sea? Because in the story with the Labyrinth and the Minotaur, Agamemnon throws himself in the water. think he kills himself by drowning himself in the water or something. So the sea is named after him, kind of. Or I don't know if it was called that and then they made up the story to justify the name, or if that story existed before they started calling it that. Just trying to cheat that a little bit. We need to be using these grenades. You don't personally think you ever encountered Agamemnon in the main story? He might be one of those red cases you've never found. That might be it. I don't think they're making, like, I don't think they would just randomly make an original guy for these, for File 12, outside of, like, something that they are very clearly indicating as new. That still hit me? Jeez. Holy. Okay, this is actually getting kind of hairy, but I'm so close to beating it. Time bomb. Just put these all over the place. I'm stunned! Oh, I got comboed. And they walked on it. Make some traps for Agamemnon. Did a lot. So the Raven armor, I'm assuming that this lets us wear the Raven armor from the campaign. Armor that Akira was wearing. Doesn't really make sense to be wearing Raven armor after they're disbanded, though. It doesn't really look any different, aside from it saying Raven instead of police on it. Because you can already make your regular gear have that color palette, I think. Whoops.
Another job well done. I knew I could count on you.
Some parts of the regular gear can't be recolored. Oh, it comes with the helmet? Let's go look at it. Did you ever get those holographic masks? The, holo masks? I forgot about the cardboard box. Whoops. Ooh, it does come with the helmet. Can't change the color of the other costumes, though. I don't know, is the helmet a little try-hard? Does look cool. Well, we got it. Let's use it a little bit. At least once.
Another job well done. I knew I could count on you.
Oh, so we unlocked the other batch, even though we didn't beat all of them. So you said 2-3 is the one with all the suicide bugs, right? I thought they were doing those cutscenes to mask loading times, but you can actually just skip it. Although that doesn't mean that it's not doing some of the loading during the cutscene. Okay, let's try it. It's dark. Oh, we're in the cloudy place.
Iris, shut down. Iris, startup.
Stun grenade. There's the Rezo Max. Ugh, it has poison stuff. They count those as enemies too, right? Oh, I can just go straight through it. Wait, is that outside? It is. Out at the right time, apparently it'll parry attacks. Like the big great sword chimera's attacks. Interrupts and staggers the enemy that was parried. I need to try that, but I don't know if it'll give me like a good opportunity to do it. When it's in the middle of a big fight. I'll try it when they wind up for their spinning attack. Since you pretty much have to wait a while once they do that. Holy, that does so much damage. I can barely even see what's going on in here. Throw the stun grenades. Okay, so their tongue attack always has 2 hits to it, I think. I need to get rid of this poison. Please get rid of that. There. It's just these 2 in this room. They're still hitting me during that. The other guy was hitting me during all that. The spinning blades weren't enough to interrupt him. Here's the porta potty. Where's the other spawner? Why is it blue in this case? Oh, there they are. That was some of them. Oh, I missed the follow-up? Sucks. What's that sound? Here they come! Here they come! Oh. I was literally mashing heal. I wanted to heal immediately after dodging. There's too much of an in-lag after that. You're right, they spawn like right on you. Yeah, it's just that one room before. Do you see that? I opened it from... This is close enough to interact with it, but normally it would automatically move the Legion over to it, but this wall stopped him, so he just kind of opened it from there. I can't see because the Arm Legion's so big. This first part's rough. Trying to figure out how you dodge both reliably. Oh, crud. Wait, one was ready to finish off there. I got stunned. Wonder if using the Rezo Max would be a good idea right before the things come in. Right before the suicide bugs come in. That's way too close. They're probably coming in soon. This might be good. To hit them before they come in on you. Nice. Okay, I still have my Rezo Max. Actually, since it's not going to fill up, I should just go ahead and use it so I can activate Resonance whenever I want. Getting these time bombs ready. Dang, that has a big blast radius. Did it just say attack up to charge down? What kind of charge? Like resonance charge? That's fine, I just maxed it. Holy! I'm using it kind of low from that. Yeah, here come the bugs. There were still more bugs on there. They drip feed it to you. That makes it worse than if they just dump them all in at once. Let me go ahead and so charge up, does that mean you charge your resonance meter faster? I don't think that would be significant enough, though. Let's go ahead and max it out for later. Time bombs would actually be pretty good in the first area since it's so small. Maybe I should be using the gun the whole time in the parts with the bugs, so that way when they come in, I can just shoot them immediately. It missed. Trying to get both of them with that. Here we go. At least we didn't die in this room like last time, so we still have an AED charge. That one doesn't get telegraphed so much. See what you mean about the bugs? Yes! They spawn, like, on you, and it's not all at once. They just kind of randomly come in. So you just have to be constantly paranoid about it. Normally that only takes one shot. I wonder if there's, like, a sweet spot in the distance. I don't know why I still mix up X and Y. Thinking that Y is going to... Or thinking that X is going to bring up the, How did that go? That just went straight through them. I did auto-bind and it went straight through them. What the heck? Thinking... There they are, the bugs! I can't aim! Okay, there's some right by me. Okay, that worked. Whew. Ooh. Missed that last time. There's an item right there. There. Okay. You know if these stack? I'll just drink 2 just in case. Are you kidding me? Where's the worm? The command move for the Air Legion that's done with the 360 spin. For the arrow, no. I do with the arm, though. That's what I was using in that room. Yeah, I did it a little bit in that room with the arm Legion. It's basically the same thing. He does the finger lasers and spins around. It's like a radial attack. This one. Trying to kite them. I was mashing A to make sure I didn't kill him before I could do this. Oh. Yeah, that definitely did help clear it out, but there's still a lot more. I need to constantly look at the maps, make sure they're not just randomly spawning more in on me. Okay, here's more. Keep the HP topped off. More bugs. Holy cow! Wait! I didn't have time to react. Okay, immediately I need to do something. Why does it say charging? Why does it say okay, there, it's ready. Okay, this thing is probably 10%, right? Is it 15 or 10%? Nope, that's the last of it. That constitutes as 15%. Because I was about to say, if it's only 10%, that means that there's another batch of little bugs, since the bugs were 5%. That one was scary. That's my favorite one so far. Well, I'm wondering what button could I set the weapon swap to? Aside from the D-pad. Pretty much every button is used. Oh, you can only do presets. And all of them have the same switch weapon, apparently. Are there any other UI colors we want to be doing? We looked at the sheet colors already. Twilight colors. The sheet colors and the twilight colors, they're not saturated or bright enough, you know? They're too desaturated. The orange is really visible over most of the game, since most of the game is either dark or blue, and orange stands out really well on that. But I still... I'm still saying orange is the best HUD color in this. You have a tip there. What is it? Swap Legion menu. Oh, can you swap weapons with the Legion menu up? Okay, that definitely is a lot easier than... They should have included that somewhere when they were talking about the, somewhere in the tutorials, they should have mentioned that... I guess it's not something they don't mention, since they mention you can swap weapons, and they mention you can swap legions. They just never really imply that you can do both at the same time.
I knew I could count on.
Okay, I'm going to try that this next one. Let's go back in order. That's a pretty good tip, though. So I could just do that. Did you notice how even though it freezes time, it changes you from a running animation to a walking pose? See that? I never noticed that before. Woo. Woo. It's weird. Is there any reason to come back here? There's a vending machine. Oh, you can't use it. Wait, I hear a cat. Why would they... There's a cat in file 12. Nightshade. I guess if every file has a cat and toilet paper, then this file, if even this file has a cat, then this file must have a toilet paper somewhere too. Plural in file 12. Ooh. That sounds more right. I bet you could have so many in the cat haven, in the safe house. Once you get all of them. That would be funny. Oh, more worms. What am I aiming at? That's the explosion, crud. Get away, get away! I can't. I think I actually blocked that in time. What? Okay, I don't think that works. You just have to run under. Can't tell how close I am. Okay. Can you hover over these? Oh, but it moves away from you. It's better just to go run. Okay. Oh. You have to really fight these guys on this platform. Get me out! Oh, I think the laser broke the shield before he actually exploded. That part was so rough. Grenades. The base just went up. I don't remember Lamia from the campaign either, even though it looks like the other serpents. Where is the, I can't summon my Legion, what the heck? I'm not out of energy either. There. What are these projectiles? I'm getting comboed. Oh, dang it. The Legion killed it before I could heal off of it. The grenades reach from over here. There we go. Only at 60% too. What are these projectiles? Okay. There. Okay, that's all of it. Since it was only at 60, I was thinking that there would be another room after that. Let's go back to the normal equipment. Thank you, Viking Butsu. That's a whole bunch of bits. I'm standing up. I'm going to stand up for this gong ring, so I can put more into it. Wait for it. Thank you very much. Hope you're having a good day. Now, where were we? We were changing the equipment back. If you're just joining, I don't know if you are or not, but if you're just joining, the context here is that I beat the game already, and now I'm doing the post-game file, which is just comprised of a whole bunch of cases, a whole bunch of combat cases. It's basically just a big compilation of combat challenges that you have to do after the story ends. You're welcome, bro. Thanks again. I always feel the need to say something after someone says you're welcome, but you're welcome is a response to thank you, so I'm always at a loss of words. But yeah, it means a lot. Costume. Hey, Lappy's back. Or the suit, at least. And this is kind of like the send-off stream for the game, since I'm returning it to vintage stock tomorrow. So I'm pretty much just trying to do a bunch of these. There are 72 apparently, and I'm pretty sure I'm not doing all 72 tonight. Which is fine, obviously. Like, if I wanted to enough, I could just renew the rental on the game, but I want to get back to playing, well, I want to get back to streaming Soul Calibur, obviously. But in addition to that, I want to get back to playing some more Monster Hunter Iceborne, and, I want to get Demon X Machina too, but I'm not sure if I'm going to actually stream or record any of that. Let's keep going in order. Arc Mall. Everything new and more. So I guess I'll be uploading this stream to YouTube as well, since this might as well constitute another part of the Astral Chain playthrough. Finally, no gimmicks, just a bunch of enemies that I can wail on. No invincibility or hiding under the ground. Boing. That is such a fun move to do. Oh yeah, also I want to get back to playing more DMC5 as well. I want to actually finally beat the Bloody Palace mode as Nero at least. And then maybe eventually do a second playthrough of the game, but on the harder difficulty. Oh, these tornadoes. Holy. I was trying to do that before the tornado spawned. I don't remember what the names of these enemies are, but they're kind of like griffins. I don't think these enemies were ever given a name, but I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be griffins, since they look like one. Holy. Not the tornado! Try to cancel out of that early enough. Hooah! Holy. I don't think the tornado can make you fly around if you're in the Jake suit. %70. I hate it when you miss one. Hate it when you miss a bit of red matter when you're running through it as the dog because you have to turn around. What items did they give me anyway? Charge up. I'm going to try out the charge up. Plus 100%. Do they stack? No, they do not stack. Okay, so the charge up buffs do not stack, and so I would also assume that means that the other buffs don't stack either. It just makes the time go back up. So it doesn't get wasted, but... Well, if you use it immediately, it does get wasted. But if you use it with like 1 second remaining, it's not really getting wasted. I didn't get anything with that. Yeah, I think wearing the Jake suit's the best option if a tornado's about to hit you because it doesn't really do that much damage. The only issue is that it CCs you really badly. Well, CCs you really well, which is bad for you. These tornadoes are preventing me from doing the God of War attack. I remember Kronos. That's one of the bosses from early on in the game. Trying to finish off this Griffin first. It's spawning in the little ones. I think that's what it's doing. Finally. Pretty easy target to hit. I have an itch on my nose. You can't pause while dodging. I just realized that's why I wasn't able to pause earlier. So this guy you can only chain, I think, in certain... when he's in certain positions. I think if I used a charge up earlier on, I actually could have gotten a my meter full by this point. So I think the best thing to do would be to consume a charge-up item at the start of each case to maximize its value.
Another job well done.
Let's just keep going in order, I guess. Well, we could mix it up with some astral plane ones. I wouldn't want to do all the astral plane ones together in order. The scenery would get a bit repetitive. Although this one's further down the list, so this one should be more challenging. This should be the most challenging one we've done so far, according to the trend. Don't know if it's always the case, though. Okay, let's check our items. We have a charge up. We have a resonance max out. Charge down. We have 2 charge ups. Let's go ahead and consume that and see if we can get a charge up fully before using the resonance max. I only got 1. What's the 9-tailed fox? So much happening! It takes so long to use this item. Drink it. There. Better get out of there. Oh, he closed the gap so fast. Time bombs. Come on now, you don't want to be in it? I guess it's best to use it if you're pinning them. That didn't pin him. I guess he can't get pinned when he's spinning? Going to use this. We're already halfway there. What's funny is when you activate this, it really does just become mash ZR, because you don't have to really do anything with your legions anymore. That lightning. Do I have any anti-stun stuff? This is getting really hairy just because of the lightning. Okay, they're almost dead. I'm not trying to aim at the little dogs. I don't think the little dogs even count. Since I killed one and the percentage didn't go up, I think the big one's spawning them. Hector from the Iliad. The lightning, so annoying. I wonder if you can get stunned in the Jake suit. There, finally. Got one of them. Oh, I think it doesn't even hurt you. It literally just stuns you. So in the Jake suit, it doesn't really do anything to you. Unless I got really lucky and dodged all those somehow. Just by walking up to him. There we go. First try. I got kind of worried about that one when I had to use the devil trigger. Couldn't pick up that item in time.
Another job well done.
If I unlocked any boss cases yet, it would say, it would have B where the A is showing up here. Wait, I think I see one. B1 Ari. Wait, but it's saying I did that one already. I guess I did that one already. I guess it was one of those, I guess I didn't notice it was a boss, per se. This game kind of blurs the line between tough enemies and bosses, because at early parts in the game, it introduces an enemy and sets it up like a boss fight, but then later in the game, you're fighting that same enemy kind of like a regular enemy. Could do another astral plane one. Let's alternate. Sector 5. I said arm. Oh, more invincibility. That stuff's back. Surprised that lived through it. Lived through all that. There we go. Be gone. Did I get everything? Looks like it. Oh, choke point time. You know what that means. I think the missiles aren't even reaching them because the missiles go up first. And they're hitting the ceiling above me before they have a chance to arc down. Portal. I didn't check my items here yet. Attack up, defense up. Oh, you can't have two of these active at once either. It replaces the other one. Let's go with attack up. Oh, more lightning. No, please no. I remember this guy. Oh, the very last one hit me, and it comboed me into the poison gas. What's he aiming at? Yeah, I did the same strategy against him in the campaign. That did so much damage to me. Whew. Grenade time. Where are these invincibility things? In the air? Wait, no, in the behind the shields. Oh, I did a perfect call there. This is escalating. When can I heal? You can't bind them when they're invincible? I thought you could. I thought you could, and then you just couldn't hurt them. Slap. Trying to focus Typhon. This should kill. I can't see anything. Okay, he's down. What is hitting me? Okay, those things are gone. Nice, got both of them. Clean. I bet it just goes by a certain, maybe like you need a certain amount of cases cleared before it opens up another batch. But it might be that each case has a different value depending on which batch it came in. So for example, you might need a certain amount of points, for lack of a better term, to unlock the next batch. And maybe a case from batch 1 is 1 point, and a case from batch 2 is worth 2 points, and so on. So if you just focus the cases, if you just focus the highest level cases you have, it may open up more faster. It may open up more, as in, not when I say more faster, I don't mean more fast. I mean it may open up the next batch more quickly. More quickly as in you don't need to complete as many to do so. Okay, we have another boss one. I saw B. Yeah, B2, Police HQ. You know what? It's 1 minute before 10 p.m. and I actually am pretty determined today to end the stream right after 10, just because I have school tomorrow and Monday is one of my long days. And since this is the last Astral Chain stream, I want to end it on a high note. So let's do this boss case. Case accepted. I want to end it on a high note for the game, since this is pretty much the send-off stream. And then, of course, today's Sunday, right? So the next stream, Wednesday, I'll probably be getting back into the normal Soul Calibur 6 grinding. Which homunculus is this? Holy. These things respawn, right? So I don't know if there's any advantage to killing them off. Holy. What are my items? Grenades. Nothing with charge. I like how the camera leans when that happens. Oh. You did come up with a better strategy. What if I just keep running the lightning through him? Seems like even with the lightning, it doesn't go through him. Here comes the cavalry. Need the Jake suit. The camera zoomed so far out, too, which it has to be. It's kind of hard to see all the enemies, though. I'm stuck! I'm getting comboed! Oh, barely missed that. I needed the health. There. Nice. Nice. Let's get rid of this last worm. Dodging a little too early there. Tack up. Holy. At least I thinned them out pretty quickly. Dodging that laser is a lot harder than you would expect. Health, thank you. See, it looked like I was going to be able to dodge that. I think you may just have to kind of spam dodge as it's winding up, instead of trying to get the witch time off of it. Nice. That wasn't too bad. Pick up the items. Purple. This is a really nice set piece in the campaign and even in this part. That was cool how they had the worms set up around like an arena. And then they had more enemies spawn in. Like an entire flank of them. Entire row.
Iris, shut down.
Anyways, let's save so I can leave my fingerprint on this Switch cartridge for when I turn it back in. So whoever's going to be renting the game next or buying the game used, I imagine that if you buy used games from vintage stock, they get them from the same pool as the games that they use for rentals. So whoever gets a hold of this game next, they're going to have my profile to play around with, whether they do or not. That's up to them, obviously, but Hey, maybe one of you lucky Tanukers, if you find the right vintage stock, you could rent the game that Tanuki Tail himself played. What an honor. Wouldn't that be such an honor? Anyways, thanks everyone for watching, and let me look real quick to see if anyone from my host list is streaming. Because I'm actually ending the stream in a timely manner. There should be some people. There is apparently not. That is bizarre. I could peruse the Astral chain directory, but whenever I try to look for a rando to host, that takes too long, and I'd rather not kill the mood. So, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed my playthrough and all my gameplay of Astral Chain. Very good game. If you didn't hear my little review of sorts during the credits of Mission 11, I'll just give a little summary here. It's like a solid 9 out of 10. If you like Platinum games, you'll definitely like this. My biggest concern was that the game would feel like a watered-down Bayonetta, but with the Legion gimmick. But the Legion gimmick does not get old. I was worried about the Legion gimmick getting old. The Legion gimmick is actually what keeps the game interesting, because as I was discussing with Rondo earlier, the skill comes when you have to decide how to move your legions, when to move the legions, when to pull them back, when to send them out, which skills to use, when to use the skills, and trying to find synergy between the skills and that sort of stuff. So that's definitely the highlight of the combat. That is the big gimmick of the game, and fortunately it's executed really well. Stylistically, the stylistic direction is a 10 out of 10 just because of the music and the overall art style. It has a very strong direction. You can tell they definitely executed the vision that they had successfully. And the only complaints I had were really minor, like the platforming being a little slippery, and when you have to get rewards from your orders, you have to go through the menu. It's not really a problem. It just would save you a little bit of time if they made it where you can just go to a list of things that you can claim your reward for. And then, like I said, a concern of mine, I wasn't really making this a negative since I wasn't sure, but a concern of mine was that I was worried that in replaying the game, you would have to do the investigations again, but I found out that by looking at file select, you can actually jump into any part of previous files you want. So you can skip the initial investigation parts. But in addition to that, this file 12 is basically like an alternative to replaying the game, since it essentially gives you a whole bunch of combat in the post game, which you can play indefinitely. And if you play through this game and you want to keep playing more, that's obviously what you'd be prioritizing, unless you're trying to 100% the game first or something. But a lot of value to be had here. Definitely a AAA game, $60 experience. And that's all for tonight, folks. So I will see you on the next stream. Probably be playing Soul Calibur 6. Back to playing Soul Calibur like normal. So have a good night, everyone. Or good day wherever you are. Bye-bye.